Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing well. I got a very serious email from somebody and I want to share it with you. It's from a real estate agent that isn't doing very well right now with sales. It's somebody that had taken my side hustle course and had some questions for me, and it's about the IRS. Now, we have seen recently stories about the IRS putting out job openings that were retracted because of social media outcries on channels like this, where the job posting said that they will be expected to carry a sidearm and possibly shoot to kill. That was insane. That job announcement was pulled very quickly. We've also seen, but I want you to understand, the job announcement still stayed the same. We have seen news stories of how our current administration is out there hiring tens of thousands of new IRS agents. And they lied to you when they told you it was for the wealthy. I'm telling you right now, it's not. They did the exact same lie in the early 1900s when the first thought of income tax came out. They said it's only for the wealthy. And then what they did is they defined wealthy as this number, then this number, then this number, then this number, to where now every single one of us pay income tax. All right. What I want to tell you before I share this story with you is how important it is to identify legal, totally legal tax loopholes. That is, the easiest way is by starting a business of some kind. You don't have to be a full-blown entrepreneur to do it. The tax code is set up in a way that it wants to encourage you to start businesses so that you pay zero in taxes. Ultimately, real estate is the ultimate tax haven shelter because of many, many different tax rules like depreciation and things like that. But even businesses, when you do a business or a side hustle aimed towards your likes, your life, you turn it into a lifestyle business, I call it. And you need sometimes just enough of a nudge. And that's why I started the side hustle course. I'll put a 75% off link to it. It'll be like 199 bucks. But I want to encourage people, why it's so important that we start businesses. And by the way, if you guys own the side hustle course, it's going to, I'm unloading an entire section on trademarks and how to name your business, okay? So that's coming out in the next couple of weeks. So here's the story. Here we go. I'm a real estate agent that is not doing so well at the moment, thanks to our current administration. A few days ago, you released the IRS can monitor your bank account video. 2 goons from the IRS showed up at my house. I had an installment agreement with the IRS, but was unable to pay the entire amount from 2021. So they put a lien on my home and actually showed up at my house. Please let your viewers know that this is serious and they are targeting everyone. Only going after the rich is a lie! Exclamation point. I have been in contact with them all along, and they still harass me. I have a buddy who is a retired IRS agent, and he had never heard of them just showing up. I was super scared. Please let everyone know. Now, I've got a couple stories for you. First off, I have a family member that has not lived in our country for the last 20 years. Actually, no, I think 25 years. And every time he shows up to visit our family, just recently, the IRS has been showing up, agents trying to find him. Says he's not paying his taxes. Our country, America, is the only country next to the smallest country on earth in Africa that actually taxes its citizens wherever it goes, wherever they go. He has to officially denounce his citizenship in order to not pay taxes. He has not lived here and not gained any wages here in at least over 10 years. He came back for a little bit and worked for a little bit, and he filed his taxes back then. But then they want everything before that and after he left, all right? So agents have actually shown up, not to my house, but other family members' house looking for him. So that does happen. Another thing you want to understand is that the government, the way it's set up, and I've owned many businesses over my life, you can be 100% in the right, but the way the IRS works and the state governments work, taxation, you are guilty until proven innocent. I'll give you an example. I had a ticket. We had a ticket a couple times where this Prius was driving erratically through the city of San Francisco, and they would mail us tickets. And we lived 200 miles away from this. And they would say, "Sir, you owe us this much because you ran this red light. Sir, you owe us this much because you went on this toll bridge without a toll." And they would show a picture of a Prius. And we would call them and say, "That's not our car. We don't even own a Prius. It's not registered to us. Oh, that's your license plate." Comes back to this address. And I said, no, that license plate is almost identical to my F-350 truck, except for that is an O and mine has a 0. And you could see it clearly from the license plate. But they didn't care. And they said, if you don't pay this, in the thing, they would say, if you don't pay this, imagine this, you're gonna be fined. And then if you don't pay that fine, you are going to have a bench warrant issued for your arrest. Now think about this. If they wouldn't have gotten that letter to me, because it doesn't come certified, if it went to another address from an old address that I had registered to my truck, I would never have seen it. And then a bench warrant would be issued. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have ever experienced this. Guilty until proven innocent. Now think about with the IRS and the way that the IRS does taxation. And if you cannot make your installment plan, let's say you do it intentionally, that's one thing. But let's say you made a payment, and we've done this as well. We've made payments that have gone to the wrong address, even though it was the address they told me. And they say, oh, you're behind. We call them and say, no, we're not. Here's the check. As a matter of fact, you cashed it. Oh, that's another office. Okay, but that's the address. They go, oh, that was the wrong address. You need to send it to this address. And I said, well, so you're gonna fine me for not paying, even though you literally took my tax payment, you cashed the check, but because it's not in this office and it was your fault, you're saying it's my fault. And literally, the government employee on the other side of the phone, which wasn't that bright because they're a robot, went, yes, that's correct. These are very serious days. And like this real estate agent that is having a rough time, because real estate agents all around the country right now are not selling real estate because velocity has collapsed, because we are starting the greatest collapse since the Great Depression, is unable to make these payments. And now they're out trying to start side hustles, which God bless them. And my prayers are with you that you are going to absolutely crush it, because where there is a will, there is a way. However, if you aren't getting in line and doing what they say, they're going to arrest you. Debtors' prisons were illegal for a long time, and under the Obama administrations, they made debtor prisons legal again. Go Google it. And look past the first 5 pages of Google, because that'll be a bunch of fact checkers that tell you it's wrong, and then you'll go find the truth. They made debtor prisons legal again. And it's like a gray law where they aren't going to prosecute a bunch of people right now, but they're going to start. And they're setting this up. That's why they have thousands and thousands of real IRS agents. So this is what I say. In the Bible, it says, pay Caesar what is Caesar's, and then give God what is God's. So I do that. But Caesar, our government, has some loopholes, and they're totally legal. And I want you to use every single one of them. I want you to learn the tax code. You have to become a tax professional. You have to know the loopholes that your tax person, your CPA or your enrolled agent have no clue of. That's why you want to go and find the right tax professional that owns businesses themselves, multiple businesses, because they're looking for the tax loopholes, and then they can share them with you. That's very important. Many people don't understand how important that is. So you need to hire the right help, but you need to have a certain working knowledge to be able to go in there and say, well, no. I'll give you an example. 2 years ago, I went in to write off all my eating for my company, and they said, oh, that's only good for 50% off. And I said, no, the government changed it under COVID, under this act, that you get to write off 100% of your meals and expense entertainment to help stimulate the economy. He said, no, that's not true. I said, can you just do me a favor and just write it off for 100%? I don't have the time to argue with you. It's done. And then I did that to get him angry enough to where he wanted to prove me wrong. Calls me back. He goes, you're right. Sorry. Okay. And then I had to tell him, okay, now they've stopped that and we're back to 50 cents on the dollar. He goes, oh, we did? And it's like, not every tax person can know every tax rule, right? But when you start side businesses, side hustles, you will have the ability to get money tax-free. And I want you to start lifestyle businesses. Hey, I like camping. Well, I'm going to become a camping guide, or I'm going to sell camping gear. And you're going to be able to enjoy it. When you run a business that you love, you're not working, and then you make money and you crush it. Guys, I'm going to put a discount link, not just because $199 for the course, just to point out, but I want to encourage you to do something. You don't have to take the course. It's just me telling you about all my different lessons I've learned the hard way, and then the ones I learned the right way by learning from other people's mistakes. And then you get to learn those, and you don't make the same mistakes I did, and then you go out and crush it. Guys, I hope you got something from this, but these are very serious times. IRS agents showing up to people's doors. Let me know down in the comment section if you've seen that same thing. These are serious days. Guys, I hope you got something out of this. The Economic Ninja is out.